was Friday the first time you've ever met Cube?
Yeah.
So how did he get the call? Okay, obviously the first Friday was Chris Tucker. Yeah. So now Tuck's not coming back, so he's gonna have to move this franchise in a different direction.
Yeah.
So Smokey was his homeboy, now he need another homeboy. Day. That's gonna be obviously probably 300-400 people read for that part.
Yeah.
You get the part. So what is Cube when Cube tells you to come in and you read for the part? Did he tell you anything? So how did you create this character, Day?
Well, at the time that the first movie that I did when I got to LA was Three Strikes. It was a movie called Three Strikes with DJ Pooh.
Mm-hmm.
I met Pooh. He said, "Damn, boy, I wish I would have used you as the main role," even though my man Brian Hooks did a great job. He said, "Damn, boy, I would have used you as a great." I said, "I know, man." So I did a small part in that movie, but my manager, who's still my manager, his name is Niles Kirshner. When I first moved to LA, and this is some funny shit. When I lived in New York, Red Grant.
Yeah.
Your partner.
Yeah.
Red
we played ball together state.
Yes, Red Grant used to come to New York and sleep on my floor.
Damn.
When I moved to LA, I rode a bus from New York to LA.
Shit. That probably take you a week.
7 days, yeah. Took me 7 days.
Cause they stopped everywhere.
You did it before?
It took me like 6.5 hours to get from Glenville to Columbia, South Carolina.
That's crazy, right?
I said, God.
Yeah, they stop everywhere.
Yeah.
So I took the bus out there, man, and Red Grant said, "Man, I got an apartment over here off of Venice, man. You can come stay on my floor." I said, "Come on, Red, I'm gonna stay on your floor." I'm sleeping on Red's floor, man, and I had a little partner, man, named Lil Marcus, Baby Looney. He was a straight gang member, but he was so nice to me and cool. I never seen that
side of it.
They said he was a straight hitter, right? He was telling people he was my manager, so he take me up there to the comedy club. We at the comedy club. My man Niles, who's my manager now, he was a manager at Jamie Foxx's management company.
Okay.
Which was Marcus King and his wife, and that's who I was signed with. Niles went to school with Matt Alvarez, who was the producer of Next Friday.
Okay.
He said, "Man, we got to get Mike up here to do an audition." I went up there audition, and when I came off the stage, man, my man Baby Looney said, "Mike, Ice Cube want to holler at you." And when I turned around, man, I seen Ice Cube and John Singleton standing there, and I almost peed on myself. I said, "Damn." And he said, "Can you act?" I said, "Hell yeah." And he started putting me on the auditions. I started auditioning for it. Every time I show up, I see a lot of comedians audition for it. Now, don't forget, everybody's trying to audition for this role that Chris Tucker didn't want to do no more.
Right.
Which was Next Friday.
Correct.
I mean, was the first Friday. So this role was really hot in Hollywood. And I'm performing and auditioning. A bunch of comedians that I know was auditioning for it. Every time I audition for Ice Cube, when I'm done, he look at me and go like this. So I'm like, okay, I got this. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, I got this motherfucker. Make a long story short, unfortunately, my little homie that was bringing me to the auditions, man, little Baby Looney, he got killed. Got murdered up on Sunset, man. I'm talking about a beautiful young brother, man, but was in the streets, wasn't no joke. Good little guy, right? Gets killed. The day that I went to his funeral, I left his funeral and took my funeral clothes off and put my regular clothes on and went in that audition and got that role, man. And that day that I pulled up, I seen Marlon Wayans, all kind of. I was like, oh, I thought I had it, because he kept looking at me going like this.
You doing good.
Man, I pull up, I see all kind of out there with the. I said, oh, I ain't gonna get this shit. Man, I went in there and got that role. And when I seen his wife, Miss Jackson, laughing, I said, oh man, I think I got this role, man. Right. You know, and I got that role. I called my mom. I said, what you want? She said, buy me a washer and dryer. I said, I'm gonna buy you a house. She said, no, you gonna my Social Security up. Because I get $700 a month. You know, I get $700 a month. You gonna my Social Security.
But I black people, hey, you ain't been messing with that Social Security.
No, $700 a month. I don't give a fuck what you do.
What is it about Cube that he loves comedians, Chris Tucker, he had John Witherspoon, he had DC Curry, he had Bernie Mac. He had all those guys. He had AJ John, Jamie Foxx. What is it about Cube?
With comedians.
And comedians in his movies. I don't think Cube has ever really been in a movie. Obviously, you know, the XXX stuff.
No, he did. Yeah, he did a few. But I get what you're saying.
Johnson Family Vacation and all that other stuff.
Let me say this about Cube. As long as I've been a fan of Ice Cube since
1989 NWA.
NWA. He's always had, if you listen to his music, he always had a comedic sense to his music. Once Upon a Time in the Projects, you know, I mean, on and on and on. And I think that he's a comedian in his own right, you know, so he knows how to work with comedians. He knows how to be the straight man. He knows how to be that guy that'll play off of you and let you get your shit off.
Yeah.
Like he did for me and Cat and all the rest of us. Everybody that Cube touched on the comedic side, gold. Now, on the other hand, you have to have it to bring it too. You know, I tell people all the time, man, Cube put me on. I put the movie on too. I made that character.
You did.
The franchise of a movie too.
Right.
You know, so it takes both moving parts to make the shit work.
Yeah, I mean, now that I think about it and you look at all the comedians that you say, there are a lot of comedians, obviously, that were reading for the part.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could have played Day Day like you.
No. Because that's how Cube wrote it. And unfortunately, it would fitted me, because if he would have wrote the character different, might have been a different story. Right. So, you know, he's a genius when it comes to that.
What's some of the best advice Cube has given you?
You know, Cube always used to tell me, it's a marathon. That was one of the things that stuck to me. He said, man, this is not a race. This is a marathon, because I think he caught on when I was younger. Like, this dude want it now.
Right.
This dude want to make it now. This dude.
You do realize that a marathon is a race. You meant to say this is a sprint.
You know what I'm talking
about.
Yeah.
It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. This nigga here. I knew you was going to get me on here and do a Sesame Street thing with a nigga, man. Hey, look. The man said, take your time, do it right, so that you could be here for a long time.
Right.
And I took that advice, you know. And to this day, I think Chris Tucker is mad at me because I did the next Friday. To this day, how
is he mad at you? He didn't. Okay, the reports are that he didn't want to do cursing and he didn't want to be smoking weed.
Well, I heard through the grapevine, he said they should have left it alone. That they f***ed it up by keep doing it.
It's too much money to be made.
Well, you know.
You can say that same thing about The Godfather. They should have left it alone, but they had 2 and 3.
That was it. He did such a great job.
He did.
I can see him saying that.
But I don't think anybody.
But nigga, my mama needed to wash it dry.
But I think
what was I supposed to do,
Mike? I think the thing is, I love the way what Cube, the pivot he did.
Yeah.
Nobody could have played Smokey.
Nobody could have played Smokey.
He had to do a whole different character, a whole different way of doing it.
Nobody could have played it. And see, that's what I thought I was about to come and play Smokey. But I fooled him. And I'll never forget the first day I did that, when I was on the set and they say action. And when they said cut, I'm not bullshitting. John Witherspoon was sitting there looking at me like this. And the set was silent. It was quiet. Cause they was waiting on me to bring it. They like, nigga, you better bring this shit. And I was nervous. I went up there and told Cube, I said, man, they ain't laughing. You know what Cube said? It ain't time for them to laugh. I said, okay. He said, I'll let you know when it's time to go there.
Yeah.
Go there. And by the time it was time for me to go there, and I came down the stairs and said, why y'all let the fat bitch jump on me? It was over with. They was laughing. I said, I'm gone now. You know, and that, you know, so that was pretty much the layout, Shannon. You know.
But you know, as great as Cube has been to a lot of people complain about the pay.
Yeah.
That Cube don't pay his actors and Cube don't do this. After all that what that man has done, we got to get a man his flowers, because he's put so many people on. Neil Long was in the movie. And
Well, see, his pay is different. And if you want to ask somebody, if you want to compare to what somebody gave you for one movie, and it was your breakout movie or your first movie, you ain't
in no $300 million budget movie.
You ain't in that yet. And so I hear people talk about he don't pay a lot, but every that did his movie took off and went and got paid.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. I know what you're saying.
I didn't get paid. I got a decent pay.
Yeah.
But the money that I made from being in the movie was
now your stand-up. Now you hotter in your stand-up.
Now I'm hotter in my stand-up.
Now instead of doing, not that there's anything wrong with a 200 seat. Now you're doing 500. Now you're doing 1,000. Now you're doing 2,500.
Yeah.
They come to they put it in the mug.
Now you're getting your money. And see, they got to look at it. You have to in this business here as an actor, as a comedian. When you first starting out, because everybody got to start somewhere, you have to plant a seed.
Yes. For
the flower to grow. You're not going to get an instant. Well, some of these dudes is getting instant flowers, but the flower pot gonna pop in a minute. It's gonna break, and your ass gonna melt down back into the soil because it ain't a seed. It was sitting in a pot.
There is a report that there is a last Friday.
It's the last Friday. I just sat with me, Ice Cube, Aaron McGruder, and DJ Pooh just sat in a room, and we've been writing it.
Right.
So it's gonna be off the hook.
So what can we expect? 27, 28?
Hopefully 26. Hopefully we'll come out.
26?
Yeah, probably 27.
Yeah.
Damn, how you know this shit more than me?
So I mean, is it bittersweet? Because you've been at this thing, it's 2 decades that you've been at the Friday franchise, and knowing that it's coming to an end.
Well, it might not come to an end. We thought the second one was the last one. We thought the third one was the last one. But Ice Cube has the ability to keep creating. That gonna squeeze the juice out of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
That motherfucker ain't gonna have no juice left in it.
And Friday After Next, man, how did you come up with that? You cussed them old ladies out. Them ladies come out there with the pamphlet. And you say y'all selling in the name out here, selling in the name of the Lord.
That's the thing about film, and knowing somebody's gonna do something, you know what the reaction is. But if you don't know what I'm gonna say, when I walk up to you, it's gonna throw you off. I got a real response out of them ladies.
Yeah.
It really shocked them.
Yeah.
But them as knowing that they in a movie they couldn't break, so they just went on with it.
Yeah.
That shit was real. They didn't know what I was gonna say. I just walked up to him and said, "Why y'all using God to sell pussy on that?" And the old lady said, "Oh my," that's how she was looking. But they just kept going.
Right.
They kept, they stayed in it, man.
So how much freedom does Cube give you to ad lib?
Oh man, that's what he do. I remember I went in the script. I mean, I was sitting in the trailer with him, and he just took the script out my head and threw the motherfucker. I said, "What the f?" was that?" He said, "Come on, let's go." But the script is the guideline,
right?
And we have to say certain words to lead us to the next scene.
Okay.
So it's certain shit that has to be said, and it's certain shit that he's like, okay, this scene right here, do what you want. Go ahead in there and if he had to pull me back, he'll pull me back.
Should we expect some up and coming comedians in the last Friday?
Yeah. I mean, like I tell all the comedians, a lot of people have been hollering at me about that movie. I said, Cube he gonna make you audition.
He ain't just handing out no part. Cause sometimes Leo ain't gotta read for no part. Denzel ain't reading for no part. Samuel Jackson not reading for no part.
No.
There's some people that are not reading for a part.
They're not reading for a part.
You gonna read for this part. Even though
not me. I'm part of the franchise. Right. But these new guys,
yes.
I'm pretty sure, I respect him for doing that, because the only way you'll see it is if you see it. Like, I can guess all the way and try to pair a person up with a character in a script, but to see it is to believe it, So I agree with that.
Right. Do you think Chris Tucker has regrets about not returning to Friday, seeing how successful that it was? Because in the beginning they said, well, he wanted this much money. And, then you heard other people say, well, it was about his religion, and he didn't want to smoke weed. He didn't want to do all that cursing. He didn't want to do all that drinking. But then I guess, you know, when what was that movie that he got with Jackie Chan? I mean, they came along and it's like,
well, he was the perfect example of he might have been the that first started off saying the Cube didn't pay.
Right.
Because I remember he had a joke that said, "Man, that paid me in T-shirts and CDs." That was his joke that the nigga used to do on there.
Right.
And then, but what he did with that role was crazy. He went and did Rush Hours.
Rush Hour, Money Talk.
So he went and got paid off of the role. Do I think he regret being in it? To some degree.
Why would he regret it? It put him on the map.
I mean, look what he did afterwards.
Yes. I don't think he get. Do you think he gets Rush Hour if he's not in Friday?
No.
I agree.
I think Rush Hour got him. I think next Friday. I think Friday got him everything he was gonna get. Would he have been a star outside of Friday? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, because he was good.
Yes.
He was good at what he did. But definitely the Friday role put him where he was.
It was crazy.
I mean? I'm glad that they didn't do it. Don't do another. I was waiting on him to say he wasn't gonna do Rush Hour. I was gonna hey man, they got a light-skinned nigga that'll do all these roles this dark nigga won't do.
Did you feel pressure? Because even though that was a different character, you were a comedian, replacing a comedian in the franchise of Friday. Did you feel pressure?
No. I didn't feel no pressure because of where I came from, how hard I worked. You gotta think about it, Shannon. I lived in New York for 10 years, man, doing $50 rooms, $25 rooms.
Damn.
You know, yeah, not making no money, man. You know what I'm saying?
So that true, like some,
not making no money.
We had Roy Woods Jr. on. He's like, hey, sometime, man, all they pay you in buffalo wings and drinks.
Yeah, well, I don't know where that nigga was performing. I always got a couple dollars for performing.
$20?
At least some gas money out this. Roy, where the f was you performing at when nigga gave you some chicken wings, nigga?
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because you know we like to do something before two something.